Jobbing with Nikki. Yeah, gobbing with Nikki. Jobbing with Nikki. Yeah, we're jobbing with Nikki.
Well, we've already established before this interview that I'm being cancelled as a result of it. So I'll drag you all down with me. You'll never work in this town again.
Welcome to this episode of Jobbing with Nikki. If you haven't guessed, today I am joined by the Ace of Hearts, Jenson Vesper. Sorry, the Jenson Vesper.
That's right. That's right. Look, I'm here with all the couture. You can see the Vesper bracelets, the V for Vesper. I thought I'd be a bit more understated today, so I didn't wear all 6 letters of the Vesper. But look at this. Oh, you'll love this. Any Barbie fans?
Oh my God, that's amazing.
There you go. I swear I'm like a Pokemon. My name is the only words that I know.
No, you know plenty words. You know plenty.
Well, let's hope so. Otherwise, this is going to be a very repetitive podcast. Yeah.
Well, where I'm going with that is like the whole vibe when you come out and you're doing your selfies and your videos and, you know, your style and everything. Where did this all come from? Like,
in all honesty, when you kind of get into the business, you hear a lot of this, like, just dial it up to 11, brother. And there's definitely an element of that. Props to Joe Blazer. I'm sure you're aware of the very, very talented man. He once gave me some sound advice. He said, make a list of all the things that you're interested in. And I did. And do you know what they all had in common? Is they were all glamorously tacky. And here we are.
There's nothing wrong with a bit of tacky. Like, I love watching you. I absolutely love watching your entrances and just you wrestling. Like, you're incredible.
Thanks. Wow, I love this podcast.
I didn't know what to expect because I was actually discussing this with Jeebus earlier. And the first time I think I saw you was a Burnley show against Billy O'Keefe.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I had
Which time? Which time? So sorry to cut you off. So when I was kind of like, and still am, of course, like breaking into it, you say yes to anything. There was just like a series where it was just the Jenson Vesper Billy O'Keefe multi-man challenge. And there was just like a series of shows where it was just like always that for some reason. And it was amazing. It was brilliant. And he's so talented. But it was like, before I even got to the venue, I was like, well, I know what I'm going to be doing. It's going to be me and Billy O'Keefe. So when you say it was you and Billy O'Keefe, I'm like, which time? That could have been like last month or 2 years ago. Because it's just been like the Sheamus Cesaro saga.
I think when I first went to Burnley, it won't have been last year. It could have been the beginning of last year, actually, or the back end of the year before. So, yeah, but I didn't know who either of you were. And I think you came out and gave Jeebs some stick like you always do.
Me? I won't hear it, yeah. Well, like, someone's going to give him some content. What else is he going to post?
Exactly.
Kidding, love you, Jesus.
Like you said, Billy's so talented, but you are as well. And I think you both wowed me from that moment.
Oh, wow. Thank you very much. I think with what I do in the ring, it's a different kind of talent, might you say. And what I really, really like is that you have contrast, right? There's no point in putting 2 people who are exactly the same together. Like, I mean, sure, that works, and you have like your NXT black and gold absolute barn burners, and you're like, wow, this is so cool. But yeah, when you've got a guy that won't shut up, you put him in a ring with someone who stands a chance of shutting him up. And when you've got a guy that fights the good fight, you put him in the ring with someone who doesn't. And then hopefully good things will happen. But yeah, maybe I provided a bit of backstory as to why we had really good chemistry that night, because we had about 18 matches in the past.
Well, that helps when you know someone, you know, when you've worked him a number of times. Like,
was it for the title? Was it for the title?
I can't remember.
Did I low blow him and then try and hit him with a belt?
Maybe.
Well, it's clearly such a memorable performance. Look at you. You guys are both incredibly. I don't know. Yeah, could have. Yeah. I'm getting a hot dog. I missed it.
was. I think it was.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I really enjoyed that show.
I've seen a lot of wrestling since then as well.
Yeah, to be fair, I'll let you off.
I go to a lot of shows. Come on then, let's do the nitty-gritty usual stuff. What made you want to get into it?
Oh my goodness. So I think about this kind of reflexively every few months or so, and I think the reason has kind of like found me over the years. So it was the classic like, wow, this is incredibly captivating and almost like hypnotic. As a child, you've got the larger than life characters, the colors, the costumes, the adrenaline of the fans, the storylines, obviously like as a young boy, it's like violence, yeah. And you know, and you're seeing baddies versus goodies and that sort of thing. And also, I think there's a bit of an edge of like, you shouldn't really be watching this, but I never had that as a kid because it was my parents that introduced me to it. They were like, here you go, you're going to like this. And yeah, we did. And then it never really dawned on me as a possibility, as something that, you know, people can actually do because back in the kind of 90s and noughties, there was no Division 2. It was like WWE, you know, like the Premier League, and then you have Division 2, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
There's none of that. There was no Sunday League football sort of version. And that was just kind of my mindset for a really, really long time. So I didn't actually start until, I must have been like 28, I think, when I kind of first started, which is quite late on in comparison. Honestly, you get in the ring and everyone's like 19 years old. I'm like, I'm a 10-year veteran. I'm like, what? You started at 9? Oh my goodness. Leave something for the rest of us. Yeah, that's kind of how it kind of came to be. And then I think as well, like, you know, everyone has an escape. Like in wrestling, everybody's running from something. You know, like it's full of alternative types. So you just look at the crowd, you know, everyone's trying to escape from something. And I think like during my childhood, I had a really difficult time. When I was young, my mum actually passed away when I was about 6. So like when you're a child, yeah, it's like really traumatizing, but you don't probably realize that until later. And it's only in my later life that I've looked back and gone like, oh gosh, like, you know, that little boy lost his mum, and then there was a lot of other stuff going on. We had a couple of other like deaths and divorces and things, and like your life just goes like, right? But and then it's only now that I look back, I'm like, oh yeah, that was a huge like hole of escape. You know, that's what it was. I didn't know I was being like psychotherapied by Vince McMahon and the WWE at the time, but hey, it worked for better or worse.
Exactly. No, you're right though, because like I had some traumatic stuff happen, and I went through a phase where all I would watch was Jeff Hardy's DVD box set. Like I would just watch it over and over, especially his championship win. That like it just blew me away. So it was like that was my escape, and I always say wrestling is my safe space. So
it really is. It really is. Like it's so inclusive as well. You can be anyone from anywhere, and you're welcome at a wrestling show.
Yeah,
which is incredible. You don't even have to like wrestling. That's the beauty of it. Like when I've you know, had civilian friends come to shows, you know, just to show support for the Vesper, and they're like, "Wow, I've actually had a really good time." I'm like, "Yeah, don't sound so surprised."
Yeah, like I have friends who aren't into wrestling, and they're a bit like, why do you like it so much? I'm like, it's hard to explain. Like, you can't explain it. You have to go. And it's totally different from what you expect. And it gets like an addiction though, that I want to be at shows because of that, the feeling that it gives me.
Yeah, 100%. And I think as well, I found that the more that I've done them, the bigger hole they leave when I'm not doing them. Because like sometimes like you can, if you everyone wants the spot, right? You hear that all the time, you know, like you know, don't wait around or someone will take your spot sort of thing. So the answer is always yes. If someone says, are you available for this? Of course, it's on the moon. I'm there. I'm outside. Like, so when you get like a weekend or two, it's normally the second weekend. Say you have like a run and run it. You'll probably get this, you know, going to shows just in general. Like they do take up your day. You anchor the day, the weekend around it. Then when you finally, maybe after 3 or 4 weeks of like show, you find, oh, I'm not working this Saturday. You're like, oh, this is kind of nice. And then like maybe by the evening or the second weekend, you're like, oh my gosh, what do people do? Like,
Yes.
go for coffee? I was like, I don't understand what people do. What people outside of, outside of wrestling, outside of the circus, I don't
Yeah.
understand what normal people do.
No, I get that completely. I get, like, if there's a weekend where she's sleeping at her dad's and I haven't got a show to go to, I stay at home and I'm like, what do I do now? Like,
Honestly,
I'm
if I'm not
just,
wrestling, I'm just thinking about wrestling or
yeah, like,
watching
I'm
wrestling.
supposed to just sit at home and not do anything.
Yeah,
It's
I don't get it. I don't know what people do, like knitting, baking. I
yeah.
mean, they're all great things, but I genuinely don't know what to do with myself.
I think for me, like, wrestling's the one constant hobby as well. Like, I can,
Mm,
I've been through a knitting phase, I've been through a baking phase,
nice.
reading, playing, video games, stuff like that. But I go through a spell of it and then I stop. Whereas wrestling has been that constant, like, hobby.
And
And I think,
there's no season, there's no wrestling season that closes, and then you go off and do those things. It's just constant. And
yeah,
even in a short time, that Jenson Vesper's been making waves. Um, like the kind of off season around Christmas, it would kind of like run down end of November, start back up in February. That is now like this. It's literally like Christmas week, and then you're back into shows. There are even shows in Christmas week now. Like,
yeah,
if you
yeah,
want wrestling, you can find it anywhere at any time,
yeah,
which I think is great. Is great for wrestling and everyone who loves it. And like I think we've kind of alluded to, it really is a bit of a community.
yeah,
You can go to shows up and down the country, see familiar faces in and out of the ring.
yeah,
And one of the thing I really love is the kind of other roles that you might not assume if you're a wrestling fan. It's like the ring crew, the photographer,
mm,
like even down to like caterers and things like that. It's like, oh, I remember you from this one and that one, and
yeah,
did you pass your driving test or whatever it is. Like, it really is like a traveling show, and sometimes the players are just in different place at
yeah,
different times, and then everyone kind of has their mainstays, right? So like you can kind of guarantee, you're like, oh, I wonder if that person's going to be there. Or like Billy O'Keefe is the only constant in my life, by the way. It's so funny that you should mention him. Like, we seem to do all of the same places and shows. So it's like, I'm wrestling this weekend, I'll probably see Billy O'Keefe. And
probably,
I'm always thankful for it. I'm always
yeah.
thankful for it. You've had him on the show before, right?
I have. I'm a big fan of Billy O'Keefe and all the lads down at FCB who train there and everything. Like, become really close with a few of them, and yeah, it's nice. They're like a little family. And when I started announcing there, I was kind of just welcomed so nicely that, yeah, it's really good. But yeah,
That's good. And I swear this podcast is just an ode to wrestling. Like there's a job for everyone, there's a role for everyone, there's a place for everybody. You don't have to be a wrestler to be in wrestling, and there aren't that many industries or sports or avenues of entertainment, whatever you want to call it, where that's the case.
Definitely not. I do this podcast because I wanted to showcase people that I think deserve to be seen more, or and
Jenson Vesper's not going to disagree with that. Yeah, of course.
I wanted to do it. But like I say, if I wasn't doing this, what else would I be doing on my evenings?
Yeah, I know, like watching Coronation Street. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the cobbles, but
I am watching.
I think they're just there's a bit of a bug where like I remember listening to a speech by Stephen Fry once about being a verb and not a noun, and that's always stuck with me. Like, be someone that does, and not an object, or not someone that consumes. I guess, like, play an active role. I think
Yeah.
in the story of life. So I got really deep really quick, and that's always stuck with me, and it's so gratifying and so fulfilling, even to things like social media. Like, you see, I'm on Instagram all the time, partly because Jenson Vesper loves himself and thinks the world should see him, but it's just such a creative place to be in. You know, you are making editorial decisions and creative decisions all the time, through the visual, through the written, through music as well that you choose to include in. It could be as simple as a story, or if you're editing your own videos, that sort of thing. It's just a real playground for anyone who's creative. And like, I think that's, again, echoes the idea that there's a role for everybody. There really, really is. So if you're interested in wrestling but don't fancy taking the bumps and body slams, there's something for you for sure. I need a PA, for example.
Mine was always, I just wanted to talk, and I like talking about wrestling because my friend who I live near gets so sick of hearing me, and she just nods because she has no idea what I'm going on about. But sometimes she's like, I feel like I've watched this guy wrestle just because you don't stop talking about them.
Right.
And I'm like, but I did notice Salford City Wrestling lately, the Monarchy.
The Monarchy. We are the fam. We are the royal fam of Salford, and we cannot wait to put to rest finally that council estate Cody Rhodes, Jack Johnson. And now, of course, we have the iron muscle of justice himself, Big T. We are unstoppable. We've proven time and time and time again that the Monarchy will always reign supreme. And I'm absolutely loving my life. Jenson Vesper's on a winning streak because he's aligned himself with the Monarchy.
There we go then.
There you
go. How did this all come around then?
Well, Salford City Wrestling, when they first launched, decided to have a gauntlet to crown a king of the ring, and we took the mantle by the horns. We really did. Or I think it's took me to bull by the horns. What do you put on the mantle? I don't know. But I'm Jenson Vesper. My mantle can have horns. And we've just run with it. And ever since, perception is everything. We declared rule and people follow it. So yeah, it's absolutely really working in our favor. And in all honesty, it's so much fun. We're just having the best time. And one big shout out would be to Salford to say, look, this is a brand new promotion. They've been alive for a year, and there's no heavyweight championship belt. No one's even bothered. Do you know what I mean? Because the story is that good. The story keeps coming back. We've sold out every single show. We've got a show in February. There's only 15 tickets left already.
Wow.
People have got Christmas to pay for. We're filming this in November. If you're listening back, people have got Christmas coming up, but people have guaranteed tickets to come to see that show. Wow. So I just think it's a real testament to everyone at Salford. Everyone plays such a great part, and real props to them in the same sense as you kind of try and spotlight stars who you feel should be pushed to the forefront. That was Salford's idea, and it's paying off dividends. And it's such an honor to be part of a real high profile story, and to get to be so creative as well. And very often in wrestling, things change all the time. So to be able to continue with something time after time after time consistently is really, really fun. Sometimes you can just start something somewhere and they're like, oh, well, this guy's moved over there, or oh, they've I don't know, they've gone to TNA. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So,
I think I've said before, one of my favorite things about wrestling is consistent storylines. I love a show where I go to, say, once a month, and it's just the same storylines continuing. Like there's Black Art Wrestling near me, and there's been stories building for over a year, and just watching them unfold. Like I still love that little bit of magic where, I like to think, I get invested, and I'm like, still real to me, damn it.
Of course. And what I love about it is people, like with any form of decent entertainment, you're choosing to suspend your disbelief, right? That's the point. No one sat watching Star Wars being like, hey, gravity would mean that wouldn't happen. Like of course. Yeah.
Exactly.
And I think that's a sign of a good show if you're able to do that and come out with a smile on your face as a result. That sounds really great.
I think that's it. It's like I always say, if they could get me invested when I know a lot of the ins and outs now, if they can still get me invested in a story and still believing that these two people hate each other, or, you know, this has happened, that has happened, then they're doing something right.
Yeah, 100%. And there's room again. There's just so much maneuverability and inclusivity in wrestling. Like, you have companies that go around the country saying, "Oh, we're going to be in Stoke this month, this weekend. We're going to be in Birmingham next weekend, or something." And it's not a sequential storyline show as such, but it works, which is just really great for wrestling, because then there's guys and girls across the country who have got more and more opportunities because it's not a set, stable, and continued story arc, which is great. And you've got both equally that then will get regular work because there are story arcs. So everyone is a winner.
Well, speaking of traveling up and down, the Kingdom Wrestling.
Yes.
You've been traveling around a fair bit with them recently. Like, but was it Blackburn?
Yeah, so funny story. So I saw the show was at kind of Bolton Villas Church, and I was like, yeah, no problem. Bolton, that's kind of Manchester, that's not far. And then I found out I was in Blackburn. I was like, it's really far. No, it was in Bradford. I was like, oh, okay, it's really far. But it's all good. But it happens, you know, and nowhere is really too far. You look at a lot of people working in other countries. You hear stories of people in the States like, oh, we drove 16 hours to the next town. I'm like, yeah, like I've driven an hour and a half and I stopped at a service station. Like, I have nothing to complain about. Although, oh my goodness, do you want to hear a funny service station story? Oh, speaking of Kingdom Wrestling, actually, oh my goodness. So the last Kingdom Wrestling show, myself and a fellow compadre were jet setting up the motorway. We thought, let's stop at a service station. We'll get some food, a nice coffee on the way. We'll treat ourselves. So please agree with me that service stations are notoriously difficult to leave because the exits are never clear. And suddenly you find yourself driving into a Costa drive-through and coming out with like 5 Frappuccinos because you thought you were getting back on the M4. Like, it happens. It's not just me. So in my infinite wisdom, I thought, no, that's not the exit. That's the Costa drive-through. So I tail off to the left and I can see the exit road in front of me. I'm thinking, yes, great, winning. You just have to cut through the electric charging station to get there. It was a really, really bright golden autumnal day. So what I could see was the exit road in front of me. But what I couldn't see was the really steep grass verge between us. So these people charging their Teslas are steadily looking on, like peeking their eyes over their Daily Telegraph as I lift off the car park and end up beached halfway across the curb, halfway on this grass verge, sort of dangling on a cliff edge. Are we going to make it? Is there going to be a title match at Kingdom Wrestling tonight or not? Meanwhile, the food that we got from the service station, my colleague had his Chinese food. I had my meal prep, just like poof. Time stood still. It was like the scene from Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh, no. So, of course, right, I'm never buying a Tesla now. Nothing to do with Elon Musk or Tesla, purely because of other Tesla drivers. They're all lined up, sat there, peering over the Daily Telegraph. None of them get out. Nobody comes to help. Like, do you know what? Like, this isn't part of the show. So me and my friend, we are trying to push, pulled. Oh, put it in reverse. Nope, it's just spinning in the damp grass. Fortunately, honest, I swear, sent from above, a gentleman's walking past with his dog and came along and started pushing us. And thankfully, we were able to disembark. Then the car made the most horrendous growling noise. I was like, oh my goodness. It sounded like we basically could have been Paul Walker and Vin Diesel, because it sounded like we were in Fast and Furious, except we didn't look half as cool. I was like, yeah, no, it's fine. And it still drove. Basically, the exhaust had cracked in 3 different places. So, yeah. not only did we sound like the soundtrack to Need for Speed, the fumes that would normally be extracted by the exhaust were just coming through the air vents. So we got there and we were like, yeah, wrestling's great.
Oh, that is the best story.
Right? We haven't talked about anything that happens in the ring yet.
No.
That's it. End the show.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about, how you went down to Blackburn, met the Nafati. Is that how you say it?
Who?
The Nafati brothers? Nafati?
Oh, yes, absolutely. The Nafati brothers. You're absolutely right. I thought you said met the fatty. I was like, it's in the 80s anymore. You can't say that kind of stuff at shows. Yes, I did meet the Nafati brothers. They're amazing. They're so cool. They run their own MMA sort of business, don't they?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and they're incredible mixed martial artists. And they're actually parishioners at, I think it was St. Luke's, I think was the church that we were at that time with the Nafati brothers. So we had some really cool, interesting chats backstage. It was amazing. We were, 1 minute we're kind of doing steel chairs and kiss my bum things in the ring, and then we were talking about like philosophy and theology of religion, like behind the curtain. Really such interesting people, really interesting.
But Kingdom seems to be doing really well at the moment. Like there's some incredible talent on
it's me and Billy O'Keefe. I'm telling you. we're the secret recipe.
That's it. You want to make your show a success. Jenson Vesper, Billy.
There you go. That is it. We're the common denominator in all of these great shows you've been to.
But your match with Jimmy Jackson in Bradford, that was so good. Especially for an opening match. I feel like sometimes there might be a bit of pressure for the opening match.
Yeah, I think there can be. I personally love being the opening match. I think it's great. It's one of my favorite positions to be in.
Really?
For lots of different reasons. Primarily because it's a bit like having the first pick of the buffet, when no one's touched the dip. So you can have as much or as little as you want and no one can say anything, or there's not there's always a bit of somebody else's Dorito left in the dip and it's not as appealing anymore. Whereas being on first is fantastic because there's none of that. And you really get to set the tone for the show. And also, biasly, it means that you're done and you can watch all your friends do wrestling, which is really, really fun to do as well. Thank you so much. I loved that match. Jimmy Jackson is such a pro. He's an absolute legend. He's incredible. And it's funny, really, there were, due to said timing errors, might have been something to do with the fact that I beached my car, maybe. I don't know if that was the same one. No, I don't think it was that day. I don't think it was that one. But there was a few timing instances. So, I remember the show started at 6:30 and, I only kind of finished getting ready about 6:15. So it was see you out there, brother. And yeah, it was really, really good. I had so much fun. Huge props to Jimmy Jackson.
Yeah, you are always, you're always on the ball, always, you're the perfect person to have as an opening match, I think. Because you've got that energy, that character. I love good character work.
Thank you. I think what's really important is to give people permission to feel and exhibit those feelings, know? So a lot of the time, especially at Kingdom, because people are maybe there because of the church, because really it is a ministry before a wrestling promotion. It's a ministry that does wrestling. So people might be there because of the church, or they know someone that goes there and are like, oh yeah, come on down. Or it's just the wrestling's in town. Let's see what it's like. So you give people permission to get into it, which is something really good. I really love being able to do that. And like you say, the flamboyance and the extravagance of it all makes people go, oh, okay, yeah, right, okay, I'm in, sort of thing. So that when further down the line, when you've got that absolute kind of banger match sort of thing, again, there's a place for everything in wrestling. It's a buffet, it's a variety show. That stands out as a banger because the table has been laid for it. That that's kind of how it works in many respects. So it's great being able to do that. But equally, it's great to be in the banger as well, because then you come out and everyone's like, "Oh, it was such a sick match, bro!" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Honestly, I love Jimmy Jackson. Like you say, he's incredible. And weirdly, he went to gymnastics with two of the lads that I talked to at my gym. So,
Wow,
it's just small world.
It really is, and it doesn't surprise me that as a gymnastics pro, like he's
Yeah.
so flippity floppity. I don't know how he does it. He's so flexible. It's incredible.
Yeah, I love the thing he did with you, where he was up and down and up and down and up and down. Then you tried to do it and failed. Great.
Inside scoop, that was not planned. That just happened.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, did I tell you what happened after that show? I don't know if I told you. There was, as you were saying, some people just went because of the church.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but they were sat behind me. And I went to the toilet, and Jeebus overheard her saying, "She has ruined this whole show for me. She was so loud." I was like, oh,
what? Making noise in the crowd at a wrestling show? What is this? Yeah.
I told Gareth, and he was like, just tell her to come back on Sunday.
Yeah. 100%.
I thought, oh wow, I'm getting,
getting heat in the audience.
Yeah, because I'm too loud.
No, we love it. We adore the loudness. I speak on behalf of every professional wrestler, which I've clearly got the clearance to do. But yeah, the louder the crowd, the better, because you're just feeding the performers, right? You're just feeding the guys and girls who are out there doing their thing.
You're there to do a performance, a job. And if we all just sat quiet, you'd feel like you weren't doing it right.
It's not cricket, is it? Not a golf.
We do that sometimes, though, just for the laughs. We'll go golf clap, and we'll just sit.
Yeah, little golf ripple of applause. I love that. Yeah, Jenson Vesper's just made the 15th green. Yeah.
Jeebus would like to know, why must you always?
Here we go.
Why do you always insult him every time you see him?
Because he insults me with his presence. God damn it! That's why. His very existence is an insult. So put that on your next reel.
Yes. He's going to give you so much grief for that.
Water off a duck's back.
And then when are you going to win a title?
When am I going to win a title? Probably when I pin a champion for 3.
It's a good answer.
Or make one of them tap out. Yeah. Gosh, I thought you watched wrestling. Don't you know how this works?
Wasn't me who asked it.
Fair enough.
Right.
Definitely 2026. A title is very much on my horizon. Titles and things are a very, very, very interesting thing, because you see the WWE guys like, it was such a badge of honor that I was able to carry the company, all that sort of stuff. It's so interesting, because I think with titles, no matter how you look at it, everyone wants to be a champion. No one gets into wrestling just to be like, hey, I really want to take loads of bumps and moves and get hit lots for no reason. I don't think anyone I know doesn't. Everyone wants to win the championship at WrestleMania, right? I think 2026, that's definitely a goal for sure. Now that maybe I'm in a few more promotions on a regular basis, there's maybe a bit of potential for that to happen. But you just never know. Like, I'm really, really thankful, and sometimes it's easy to not be. I also think it's a bit trite sometimes when you hear people be like, "I'm so grateful." I'm like, right, I'm actually going to slam Chris Van Vliet, and I don't care. At the end of his podcast, he always like, "Gratitude's such a big part of my life." I'm like, off. I just no. But so I really appreciate the value of gratitude. Like, without going into too much detail, I have qualifications in positive psychology and all the rest of it. I get it. I get it's important, and it's a really important thing, and it's really, really helpful and healthy. But anyone that kind of like preaches about it, I can't feel undermines its value in some way because it becomes commercial and it just leaves a foul taste in my mouth. Anyway, sorry, Chris Van Vliet. I'm happy to do your podcast, but just don't ask me that question. No, but I am really, really grateful for the journey so far. Just to be part of the show. I think there's definitely room for a Jenson Vesper title run for sure. As a kid, I always loved the Intercontinental title. I always loved the US title. I always loved that sort of mid-card title where it was kind of unobtainable for like a good guy because Goldust has got it, because someone like the Honky Tonk Man has got it, or like Gunther has got it. I know they're very three different people, so some of them are very, very flamboyant characters, and Gunther is Gunther, but he's flamboyantly straight-laced, if that makes sense. So those sort of belts for me have always been the ones that it's like there's the big payoff when like the babyface eventually wins the prize. So to be honest, and I'll come on to this in a minute, I feel like that sort of damn it, I would have got away with it if it wasn't for you meddling kids sort of title run where Jenson Vesper is sitting pretty, a bit like Dominic Mysterio's doing right now. Like as a prime example, he's Intercontinental Champion. Could really work. And I'd love to get your opinion on this. I know what I'm doing. I know the business. I get lots of boos, which anyone who's kind of scratched beneath the surface in wrestling as the heel, kayfabe, that's the equivalent of a cheer. Like, great, I'm doing my job. I kind of feel, and I'd love your opinion on this, that because Jenson Vesper is kind of initially like really hated, but now it's kind of like a lovable sort of hate. That if he just redirected his focus at someone who's actually annoying with no real likable quality, or someone else in a different way, he could be your best friend, and he might be the baby face that you're rooting for. And the gift of the gab and all the quirks and comments and takedowns aimed at someone that you don't like. Yeah, we like this guy. He's fighting our corner and he's good at it. So, who knows?
I'd be on your side.
I'm just trying to put myself over 20 promoters. I'm like, I'll do it for you. Whatever you need, brother.
But you've also got Future Shock. You've also got Basix. Like, you are getting out there now. And like Basix, is that Wales?
Basix is North Wales. So I actually reside in the Golden Triangle of Cheshire, which is not that far away from North Wales. So it's about 10 minutes or so equidistant almost to sort of Manchester, the Northwest. So for me, it's the same. And I absolutely love working there. It's one of my favorite places to work. Myself and King Troy Ryan sometimes both work out in Basix, and we just love it. We have the best time. Everyone is so nice. They're so professional, and they get it. They get it. It's run by Mike Roberts, who's a kind of world of sport veteran. He's been running Basix for nearly 30 years now, and it's just a proper professional wrestling company run by a professional wrestler with professional wrestlers who get the business that we're in and are completely dedicated and committed to providing the best show for their audience. I absolutely love it. Equally as well, it's so funny because I kind of came up through the Future Shock system with a lot of really, really talented people who I would say that in the ring are so much better than me. However, with that said, we're all kind of like going for the same jobs. It's like when you finish uni and everyone's applying for the same jobs in the same places. So where there was kind of a lot of like, oh, well, all these people who I think are really, really good, who are kind of like just before me in the queue are going here, and here. Like, it's going to be a while before there's more spaces there. So I'm going to go like over there. I'm going to go over there. So it's funny, like a lot of my work has been out here, and it's only like now that I'm kind of just starting to come back towards where shows are local-ish, to me, which is kind of nice. So it's just been a combination of different things, really, that has led to that kind of mixed bag of different promotions in different locations. But it's really cool too, because like I said earlier, you then meet people at different places, and then sometimes there's a bit of crossover. Some of the Basix guys do fountains, so you will have seen some of them there. Yeah,
Oh,
Morgan
Cannonball and
Daly,
Morgan
Will
Daly.
Davis.
I love Morgan Daly.
Honestly,
Absolutely love him as a
big shout out to
person
Morgan
in
Daly.
the ring. Like the last match he had at Fountains, it was a triple threat, and everyone's shouting for one guy, and I'm going, "Come on, Morgan!" Like I was crazy for Morgan. I think
Aren't
he's
we all? Aren't we all?
absolutely incredible.
Absolutely love the guy. He's hilarious. He's so creative, and he's amazing in the ring.
Yeah.
And we have real chemistry. We've had a couple of big matches. We had a match at Basix probably about a year ago now. That was my one of my first. It's interesting. So Basix run lots of different types of shows, a lot of kind of holiday camps as well. And then they obviously have their own kind of what you might call a hall show, where it's their storylines and their canon. So my first sort of hall show with them was with him, and it was one of my favorite matches. And then we had a match over the summer at the Dragon Theatre in Barmouth on the seafront, which is one of my favorite venues ever, in front of hundreds of people. It was so good, and we had the best time. We took it out to the crowd. I got body slammed on the theatre floor. So yeah, dreams came true for everyone that night.
Yep. Well, no, I love him. I do love Will Davis as well, though. But the first time I announced him, I got his name wrong, and he will not let me forget it.
Well, it's all right, because me and the undeniable Andy Knox are going to kick Will Davis and Lou Amara's bum cheeks in a couple of weeks.
I've seen.
Yeah, so you can slate Will Davis all you like.
Yeah, said his name wrong once. Will not let me forget it. He comes out and he's like, get it right. I'm like, bloody hell. Calm down.
You say what you want. I don't know where you're from, Will Davis, but last time I checked, this was the United Kingdom and free speech ruled.
Yes, exactly.
Right. Out of curiosity, what did you announce him as?
Cannonball Williams, I think.
Cannonball William. Wow. Yeah.
But everyone's favorite chant is Cannonbaldy. Get that going at Basix.
Ouch. I'll get that going. He is loved, though. He's adored everywhere.
Oh, he's a lovely guy. He really is.
Very nice man.
He is. Right, we're going to play a silly game now.
Yes.
Like I said to you earlier, I haven't played this in a while, so I thought, who better to play it with?
Oh, heck.
So there will be points. If you get the answer on the first clue, you get 4 points.
Ooh.
The second clue, you get 3 points, like that, down to 1 point. There's 4 clues per question. My eldest son actually picked the questions out for me.
Oh gosh, this is gonna be more telling of you than me. I hope you know that. Now that you've told me that,
my son, not me. He picked them. Right.
Okay.
Clue number 1. It's an item. I often go in your mouth.
A spoon?
Do you want the next clue?
Well, if it was not a spoon, then I'm going to need the next clue.
Yep.
I don't think you know how this game works. You explain the rules to me. You explain the rules to me. Well, if it's wrong, I'm going to need another clue. Like, what?
You just got to guess what it could be. My bristles can make you gag.
Toothbrush.
Yes.
Yes.
The amount of times that Matty Mayhem said penis was insane.
Outrageous. Well, Matty Mayhem, I'm not going to lower the tone. I just elevate the status of anyone and anywhere and anything. So why don't you just come back to the high brow that I'm on?
Right. Next one. You can make me take many shapes.
Take many shapes. You see, I'm torn between my desire to be funny and my desire to be right. And normally my competitive edge wins. I'm going to go with Play-Doh.
No, do you want the next one?
Oh, I'm going to need the next clue.
The bigger I get, the more it hurts you.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, how not to get cancelled from British wrestling with an answer to this. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. What was the first clue again?
You can make me take many shapes.
Okay, and the bigger I get, the more I hurt you.
Yes.
A scratch?
It's close, actually. Do you want the next one?
Yeah. Do I? I'm just thinking about the direction that these clues are heading in. Yes, sure.
You might take pride in having me between your thighs.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Now I understand why Matty Mayhem had the same answer on repeat. And it's like a cut. Oh, how filthy are we getting here?
Say whatever comes to mind.
I don't think I can. Is it female genitalia? Is that the answer?
No.
Yeah. No.
the last clue.
That's never the answer. I mean, yeah. Ask first. Yeah.
Sometimes you have to endure being pricked for hours.
Oh my gosh. Something you put between your legs that hurts as it grows. A cactus? Like,
it was a tattoo.
What? No, stop it.
It was a tattoo?
You see, I'm tattoo free, so I wouldn't understand that. But I would, and I probably will do it. But I know what I'm like. I won't just have one. It will be a sleeve.
Yeah, I'm the same. My sleeve's getting done slowly, though. I'm just getting little bits done at a time.
Yeah,
I can't stand the pain.
That's wise. So I knew someone that had no tattoos, and then within about 3 days had 2 full sleeves.
Wow.
And they were not good looking sleeves. It's okay. I don't know the person anymore. But oh my goodness, honestly,
I'm getting a Disney one. So
I
get little Disney characters all down my arm.
Amazing. So many moons ago, the Jenson Vesper used to work for the Walt Disney Company. And
really?
Yes, he sure did. And he used to love guests' Disney tattoos. So you get a lot of guests arriving. And you know, like I was in Florida and people aren't wearing much because it's really hot in Florida. I wish I'd known about NXT at the time, by the way. I was just having a great time in Florida, just completely unaware, oblivious of the WWE Performance Center. Oh gosh. Anyway, and yeah, people will come over and want to talk about their tattoos all the time. Some incredible ones. I know that we're veering away from the game, but I'm really interested to hear what you're thinking of getting.
Well, so far, I get a little something from each movie. So I've got like the Lion King, I've got the fish from Sword in the Stone, the Cinderella carriage.
The fish from Sword in the Stone.
Right, Merlin.
2 principal characters in the title of that film, a sword and a stone. I got the fish. I love that.
Yeah, because Merlin turns into a fish and it's my favourite song.
Fair enough.
Yeah, see, I got an Olaf with no eyes that my daughter picked out.
Brilliant.
But Hey Hey, because I love Hey Hey, and I am Hey Hey. I got the snake from Robin Hood, and I've got like Dumbo and stuff. So I'm just getting little ones, and then this is my wrestling arm. I've got my signatures, and then my Hardy Boys.
Is that a Jenson Vesper tattoo?
That's Drew McIntyre. He signed my arm.
Yeah.
Signed my arm. I've got Matt Hardy on this arm though. When I met him.
On the Disney arm.
Yeah, I got that first though, so I don't lose my autographs. They sign my arm and then I get it tattooed over.
Wow. Well, I know what I'm doing the next time you come to a show. I'm Was there with a Sharpie. Screw you, Drew McIntyre. Yeah.
Drew McIntyre actually tried to wipe Matt Hardy's off before it was tattooed over. He was like, no, there's only supposed to be me, and started trying to rub it off. I was like, no.
Who said wrestlers have egos? Yeah.
I know. Right, next question. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I don't think you are. You stick me between your legs to use me.
Not again. What have you been teaching your child?
He's 22. It's fine.
Is it? In a way, that kind of makes it worse because it's really deeply ingrained.
I've had a colourful past, Jenson Vesper.
Well, I can safely say that I've never done a quiz or any sort of contest where 2 of the questions in a row have started with "you stick me between your legs." That sounds like the proposition outside of the back of a dodgy nightclub. You stick me between your legs, like.
I'm crying. Do you want the next clue?
Well, considering the last thing that got stuck between someone's legs was a tattoo, I don't think I'm gonna get it. Yeah.
Right. When you're on me, it's hard to stay erect.
Okie dokie. Is it Jeebus?
Yes, full points.
Brilliant. 5 points, I believe. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. I love you really, Jeebus.
Do you?
Well, I don't think he loves me after that. Between your legs, it's hard to stay erect. I can't think of anything I've ever put between my legs.
That you can't stay erect on.
Yeah. 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 That makes me sound great. Yeah.
We did say this was going to go to chaos, right?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we fell from that high brow right down the gutter really quickly. I'm going to need another clue.
You usually do me outside. You go up and down when my shaft goes in and out.
This is that nightclub again, isn't it? I told you. Up and down my shaft goes up and down. I don't know, like some sort of pole?
Oh,
like
I thought you were going to say it then. Do you want the last one?
Yeah.
It's safer with a rubber cover on my rod.
It's penis, isn't it? I'm only kidding. I absolutely pass. I'm terrible at this game. There's only 2 things I'm terrible at: Sudoku and this game.
A pogo stick.
Of course.
Of course, it was easy.
Of course it was.
All right, next one. Oh, put across there.
If this starts with "you put me between my legs again," I'm out. It does.
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
My head is round, the body bulges, and the tail is sharp.
A snake.
No.
Oh, I thought that was so good.
You might scream when I insert it.
A snake. Hairbrow. What do you insert that has a tail? Hairbrow.
I'll just say it doesn't mean an actual tail.
What? It's got a tail. Just kidding. It doesn't really. Okay.
You'll understand when you know what it is.
Right. Okay. I really wanted good points on this one, but I'm going to need the next clue.
I often spend time with doctors and nurses.
Ooh, a syringe?
Yes.
Yes. Let's hear it for syringes. Yeah. Something I never thought I'd say. Yeah. To be fair, the last time I said that, I was doing community service in a park. Yeah. Another one. I'm kidding.
Oh, God's sake. Oh, I don't know if I can say this. I can say it. I am completely black and shiny, and you can touch my legs.
Oh my gosh. Oh, don't get cancelled, Jenson. Don't get cancelled. I don't know. I'm going to need another clue. Good answer.
I might turn the world you see into darkness.
A Dementor.
That's a great answer.
Oh, they don't have legs, though, do they? Damn it.
Next one.
Yeah, 100%.
I can protect your mesmerizing eyes.
Sunglasses.
Yes.
Yes.
I was going to be like, you're wearing some.
Mine aren't black. People need to see these eyes.
All right. I am long, white, and hard.
We could be talking about a number of things. One of them could be Billy O'Keefe. He's all of those things. He's terrifyingly tough. Have you seen the guy? He's so strong.
And he gets bigger every time I see him.
Yes, he does. I mean, from someone that sees him practically weekly, every time I see him, it's like he's eating a house. Like, I don't know how he does it. I don't know what sort of program he's on, but I want some. I want some of it.
He's got
the program, I mean.
My 6-year-old daughter now checks everything for protein because of Billy O'Keefe.
There you go. There you go.
She went up to him once with a fruit shoot and she's like, "Is there protein? Is there protein?"
He just looked at it in the fruit shoot, wilted. Like, yeah.
Oh. Right, next clue, or are you guessing?
That was my guess. I'm just kidding.
Oh.
A flagpole.
Oh, no.
What? Oh, no. I can't want a consolation reply.
I feel like him off a catchphrase. It's good,
Yeah.
but it's not right.
It's good, but it's not right. Great.
You can move me up and down, but you better not.
All I can think is flagpole. No, you can't move the pole. And it can't be Billy O'Keefe because I can't move him because he's just about 700 kilograms of muscle. Right, hard, up and down. You can't move me. You can't move me up and down. A door. I don't know. I'm terrible at this game. There'll be people shouting.
When you play with me, you really ignite my flame.
Ooh. A torch? No. What? They're not white.
No, it's long, white, and hard.
Candle.
Yes. Right. This one does seem very easy.
Don't speak too soon.
You have to spread your legs to show off your lotus.
A snake. I'm gonna get.
Yeah. Make me think of Joey on Friday.
Yeah.
The snow, a ghost.
A ghost. Yeah. So you have to spread your legs to show your lotus.
Yes.
I'm thinking it's cars, like Lotus Elise cars. So your flower, like Lotus is really specific. Has the legs. I don't know. I'm going to need another clue.
You need to be flexible to do me, and they'll be grunting and groaning before you're finished.
Wow. Gosh, there are so many wrestlers' names I would love to say. But again, no one wants to get cancelled. I'm going to need that next clue. Sorry.
You could do me in several positions.
Mate, what is this podcast? I was expecting a high caliber quiz. I'm an Only Connect kind of guy. You know, QI, I'll see you there.
You were not. I won.
This is below Deal or No Deal, and they don't even have any questions. This would be Deal or No Deal if in every single box there was a penis.
Yeah.
It is, isn't it?
That's what you get with Nikki.
Only the best. To be fair, if anyone's still listening at 59 minutes, thanks. Yeah, joke's on you at this point. Yeah.
Yeah. Still listening to Jenson Vesper.
Just kidding. We love you. Like and subscribe.
Do you know this one?
Yeah, I've been keeping it a secret the whole time.
It was
No.
yoga.
Oh my gosh, of course. That was actually quite smart about the Lotus thing.
Yeah. Right, last one. I am a long, hard stick and all the holes open to me.
God's sake. How do you leave the chat? How do you leave the chat?
Blame my son.
I do, and I'm going to find him a therapist at this rate. Oh my goodness. Let's hear it again.
I'm a long, hard stick and all the holes open to me.
A recorder.
No. When needed, I go straight into the hole.
So okay, so you put it a long hard stick and it goes into holes. A spade?
No. A quick job, just a couple of moves.
A quick, like a casket. That doesn't take long. Things just took a really sinister turn.
If not, pull it out and try again.
Yeah. Well, sounds like you've been there before. Nikki and Jenson plan a murder. Yeah. The unexpected twist to the podcast. Yeah. How to kill and cover up with Jenson and Nikki. Yeah.
Icicle. Stab them. I've said this before on here. Stab them with an icicle so there's no murder weapon.
Wow. Do you know what? I've got a freezer full. I'll see you in half an hour. Yeah.
Okay. Do you know the answer so we can move on?
Please let this be over.
It was a key.
Oh, great. Now, if you'd have said, I've got the secret, I would have been like, I've got the key. There you go. We're just on different wavelengths.
No, I love that song.
It's a banger, isn't it?
Mr. Vane. That was my song when I was younger.
Calm, you Mr. Vane. Yeah. I could use that as an entrance song.
Yes, you could.
It's gonna be my autobiography title.
I mean, you only got 9 points out of 40.
Wow. Well, it's a good job I'm a perfect 10.
Yes, exactly. Right. So we've got some questions.
If it's to do with anything long and hard, I'm done.
No, but Jenson Vesper.
Oh, he sounds like an interesting chap.
Would like to know if there's anything you can't do.
Sudoku in that quiz.
Yeah. And Jenson Vesper.
Oh.
He would like to know why you're the greatest of all time.
I think when you're the greatest, it's hard to define as to why, because words are only metaphorical. So by simply saying them, it cannot put into existence your greatness. It's really hard to define. It's almost divine, if you know what I mean. So there will be no words that can truly describe why I'm so great. I just know that I'm loved and revered by many people, and I can understand why. It's probably due to my high levels of class, character, charisma. 3 things that Nikki would know nothing about. Just kidding, Nikki. Wow. Of course I meant Jeebus.
And before we get to that next one, someone has asked how old you are.
How old am I? Well, as I alluded to earlier, I started wrestling when I was 28 and I've been 28 for the last 20 years. So,
okay.
No, I'm not a day over 34.
Oh.
But I often get told that I look younger, which
You
is
do.
always flattering, which is always nice to hear. So
I
I've
get
got,
told I look younger, and I love it.
I'm so here for it. So yeah, I've got the young looks and a wise old mind.
It's perfect. Where do you want to be in the future, wrestling wise?
Where do I want to be in the future, wrestling wise? I was going to say that was there's a very different answer to when I thought you were just going to cut the wrestling wise off, and I was like, oh my goodness, like in an adventure time like kingdom on a far distant planet, for sure.
With Billy O'Keefe.
Yeah, he's gonna be there. It's guaranteed. Yeah. It's me, the Flame Princess, and Billy O'Keefe. Yeah.
Imagine how big he'll be by then.
Oh my goodness, he will be the planet. Yeah. Wrestling wise, in the future, I think it's kind of important to. I've always been advised. I don't. Oh my goodness, we're going down a rabbit hole now. I think kind of goals are a bit overrated in the sense that so many of them, particularly in a fictional world, are influenced by so many variables that are completely extraneous to you and external. You can have no impact on whatsoever. So I'm not gonna, berate myself if I don't main event WrestleMania, or some of the things that I would like to happen don't happen. I don't think goals necessarily define people. I think intent is a really good thing to have. So if you can say, I'm going to try my best to be the best professional wrestler I can, yet, you never won a title, this didn't happen for you, whatever. But you can measure yourself against that. Did you try your best? And if so, then yeah, great. If you didn't win those titles, well, that's okay, because we are successful people by nature of being people. Sorry to go off on one, but I don't think it's overly helpful to say I'll only be successful if. However, goals are really important, because if you're not kind of working towards something, it can feel stagnant, and it can be hard to find motivation, and it can lead to real growth to have something that a bar that you've set for yourself. So I think, like, short term, like I said, 2026, I would really love to win a title. That is like my main kind of like principal goal. I have to be realistic as well. Like we revealed at the Ace of Hearts stage, I'm 34, and I'm quite realistic that, do you know what? I probably won't main event WrestleMania, and that's okay. So I think long term, I think it would be really nice to be considered like a really good professional wrestler by my peers as well. Not that I think anyone hates me or thinks I'm terrible, but it's just really nice to have the respect of people that you respect for doing the same thing, right? So that would be really, really great. There are so many like greats in this business who were never WWE champion. Like I always think of Dustin Rhodes, like Goldust, one of my all-time favorite wrestlers, never won the WWE title or the AW title. William Regal was never the world champion, but one of the greatest of all time. Like, it's fine. So yeah, to be respected by other people who I respect in this business, that would mean a lot for sure.
I think that was an absolutely beautiful answer.
Thank you very much. You see,
I was just
it's only taken an hour and 8 minutes to scratch beneath the surface and find an inch of depth.
That was really, really lovely, because I do think some people hang their hopes on that, getting to WWE and all that, and I think that was a really, really lovely answer. And now Jasper Venson
Oh my God, what a great name.
would like to know why you're such an inspiration.
Well, I think the real question is, why aren't I such an inspiration? Look at that level of philosophical greatness of which we just uncovered. 1 minute, I can give you fashion tips. The next minute, I can give you therapy.
There we go. That's it. And someone else asked, is wrestling your full-time job? If not, what is?
Oh my goodness, I'm a man of many talents. So I think what's really noteworthy here is that a lot of the guys and girls that you're seeing up and down the country have parallel careers.
Yeah.
And I'm very flattered that someone's asked that it's my full-time job, because I put a lot of work into showing how much I'm doing on the wrestling scene, and not appearing busy, because I am busy, but kind of showing how busy I am on a regular basis. And in all honesty, there's only a couple of people actually, or a handful of people actually doing this full time across the country. And a lot of those people are people who run training schools or their own promotion. And it's a promotion that runs multiple times a week. Or it's like Progress, and it's like the biggest one in the country, for example, isn't it? No disputing that. So yeah, I'd like an alternative universe that I have to exist in and do something else, and it takes up a lot of time. So I just really take my hat off to everyone in this business who is kind of trying to do the same thing. And it's a real compliment that someone kind of thinks that it could actually be my full-time career, because it in a sense, it is a completely separate career. And I always you'll see, I always post about like pictures of the gym and stuff, but I always like the gym is wrestling training to me. My nutrition is wrestling training to me. Like turning down like weddings and birthdays because it's going to like mean that I can't do this or do a show, or I'm like, that's wrestling training to me. Every show is wrestling training to me. Also, going to wrestling training is wrestling training for me. So it's almost like a parallel existence in many respects. And I think, yeah, like if I was a full-time athlete, I'd probably look and be as busy as a full-time athlete. But yeah, I have a completely parallel career alongside that. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about it, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, a lot of us are doing wrestling and working 40, 50 hours a week in something else. So it's a real testament to everybody doing that. And yeah, I'd say that was a real compliment that somebody would ask that, for sure.
It is like when you see, or when I hear that people have got other jobs, I'm always like, how do you find the time? It's like you say, every other little thing you do is in regards to wrestling.
It is. And I know I reeled off a list of things before, but I'll say as well, social media, like it takes a lot of time. You will know that. Especially to produce, like I think my stuff's all right, like the promo reels and things like that. They take ages from conception and thought to actually filming it, to editing it, to doing the perfect post. Sometimes it can take 20 minutes, half an hour to be like, right, how do I want to pitch this? What do I want to use? Do I want to wait until this time? And like, it can take time to pitch posts and stories. Social media takes a long time. It's worth it, 100%. So I will say social media is wrestling training. Multiple promotions have given me a job because of social media.
Yeah.
And especially, places where you can't necessarily get to train, promotions that don't have a training school because they're just a promotion. Like, I can't say it enough. Yeah, social media has been really, really great, but it does take up so much time, doesn't it?
It does. I find myself like, I've still got a heap of footage on my phone that I need to edit from this past weekend. And then like, I didn't realize how time consuming and difficult it would be. But then I would listen to Jeebus talk about how he was doing this reel, and, we had to get this right and that right. And, and you've got to pick certain moments you want to use. And especially because I do like full shows as well into 3 minutes. It's so difficult to try and get it down. And then I try and do a voiceover, and it's a lot.
Isn't it? There's so much that goes into it, and I love it. So one of my degrees is in broadcast journalism. So many moons ago, the Jenson Vesper was a freelance journalist and producer. And that just fed the this has to be perfect machine that lives in my brain. So I completely understand what you're saying and what Jeebus is saying. It's like, if for something to hit the audience right, the timing has to be right, the lighting has to be right, the sound quality has to be right. And also, I think as oh gosh, I hate this word, creatives, like, or content creators, blah, you know, it's the most vile, self-indulgent term any possible. But anyone doing anything artistic, there's an element of pride in there as well, isn't there?
Yeah.
And you want it to be good. And equally, from a business point of view, any clothes shop or any store puts their best product in the front of the window, right? And if, as an independent wrestler or act or entertainer, whatever it is that you're doing, if you're not putting your best in your shop window, then, like I said, like going back to your intent, if your intent is to try your best, then you're failing yourself. If you try your best and put out a really good reel, but it only gets like 2 likes or whatever, that doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. There's just a gazillion other videos out there, or everyone's posting at 6:10, which is what I'm learning now, because Instagram says, yeah, post between 6 and 9 when everyone's really busy. And then you can't get a word in edgeways because everyone's posting between 6 and 9 now. You're laughing because you know it's true. Yeah. So again, like, that sort of stuff takes forever, and it's a big part of what we do.
It is. Right, we'll start wrapping up now because this has been an hour and 50 minutes.
The feature length edition. Yeah, enjoy wrapping this into 3 minutes.
So what have you
me going, Snake? Billy O'Keefe.
Billy O'Keefe snakes. There we go. But what have you got coming up show-wise then?
Well, I initially thought I was going to have a really quiet November, but that's not been the case at all. So coming up next weekend, we're filming this on the 6th of November. So coming up the following weekend, I think 14th, 15th, I've actually got 3 shows within 24 hours, which is going to be absolute carnage. So I'm at Basix on Friday the 14th up at Connors Quay, which is going to be awesome, Clash in the Quay, and I'm tag teaming with Andy Knox. We are a one-time only #collab, and we're going to take down Loser O'Mara and Cannonball William Davis. There you go. I'm stealing that from you, Cannonball William. And then the following day, I'm tag teaming with my beloved Peter Sador at Future Shock, where we're going to teach those little rascals the 05 a lesson at the MMU. I love being at the MMU. Did you just say you love the 05?
No, I love Peter.
There you go, my Pete.
Love him to bits.
So that is going to be an absolute dream. Cannot wait to walk out of their tag team title contenders. And then I'm zooming straight on over to Burnley for their evening show. Both Future Shock and Burnley are running double shows next weekend. And I don't know what I'm doing. I'll probably be on with Billy O'Keefe.
Imagine if you are after this.
Spoiler alert. Yeah.
If he's not fighting Billy O'Keefe, who knows who he's
I'm not interested. Yeah.
Dear me. Oh, what you got after Burnley?
So that's the 3 in 24 hours. And then there are a couple of kind of irons in the fire. And then really, like, I'm hoping to just get back in the lab and get to doing a lot more training and stuff as well. I've got a few dates of my regular places that I can't do because I've foolishly made commitments to people that I love and like. I know, it's really annoying. It's really frustrating.
Slide in the way.
Right. But yeah, there's a couple that I would normally do that I just can't this time. And then, yeah, hopefully sort of like, I say winding down, I never wind down, but I'm quite looking forward to getting back to training, because I think a lot of shows across the country before, like, that first week of December are wrapped up. Like, things tend to wrap up. People's attention starts to move towards Christmas and family and stuff. So it's and then where was I? So I was at Kingdom the week before, and then Basix in the middle of that week. and then Future Shock the weekend. So yeah, it's been like 6 shows within a couple of weeks, which is it's been really good.
Good.
It's been like a busy front end to November, and then hopefully a more restful back end, but we'll see. There you go. What has a restful back end? There's a clue for you, please.
Jenson Vesper.
Yeah. Jenson's November.
Oh, this has been amazing. Thank you so much.
I've had the best time.
Oh, good. That's what I like to hear. But thank you. I really appreciate you coming on. It's been brilliant.
Thank you so much. And best of luck with the podcast. And just know that no guest will ever be as good as me.
No, never. That's it now. Everyone's got to try and reach that.
No one will ever put over Billy O'Keefe as much as me. I know that much. I did not expect to be talking about him so much, but here we go.
I always end up talking about one of them. It's usually Sammy. So, but I have been Nikki as always, and he has been the Ace of Hearts, the incredible Jenson Vesper. Go check out his socials. He posts a lot, as he says. Go and see for yourself just how amazing he is. Thank you. Bye.